Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to share some of the tips and tricks you can do on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. So Redmi Note 3 comes with MIUI 7 and the stock and the Android version is 5.1.1 Lollipop. So MIUI is a heavily skinned UI which comes with a lot of additional features, tools and options to customize. So we'll share some of the tips and tricks you can do on this device. So first step, let's go to the lock screen, and you can see if you just swipe onto the top, you can unlock it. But if you just swipe from right to left, you can see you can access the camera. That's one useful option. Now we'll just go to the home screen, and you can see there is multiple home screens available. Now if you just swipe down from the top, you have these quick toggles available, and if you just go swipe more in the quick toggles, we have this reading mode. So reading mode turns your phone into a lighter mode, which will be lighter on your eyes and enables better reading. So you can just turn on the reading mode from here. Then apart from that, there are additional options. You can enable the torch. There is Mi Drop. Mi Drop allows you to transfer file to another Mi device. So if you have another Xiaomi device, you can just quickly transfer files to the using a Mi Drop app. Now apart from that, we have a useful option. You can see there is a option to disable buttons. So that's these three capacitive touch buttons which you can disable. So for any reason, if you want the touch buttons to be disabled, say for example while playing games, accidentally you might hit the home or back button and the game stops. So in such cases, you can disable the buttons. So if you just press here, and you can see navigation buttons are disabled. So now if you press these buttons, you don't get any action. So they are now disabled. You can just swipe from the top, and you can see navigational buttons are turned off. To turn them off, press the home button and power button, or you can just go back here and you can just enable it. So that's the option available. Then we have this option to lock apps. So lock apps will come later. Now let's go to the home screen, and in the home screen, if you just press the recent task list, you can see the list of apps which are running right now in the background and the amount of RAM which is available. So if you just swipe to the top, the app will be closed, and if you swipe to the bottom, the app will be locked. What happens if the app is locked? If you just clear all the background apps, the locked apps will still be remaining there and it won't be cleared from the background. So you can just unlock the app by just swiping, and they are released, and once you clear them, it will be going off. So that's how you keep an app in the background by clearing other apps. Now if you just pinch in the home screen, you can see there are additional options like widgets, wallpapers, effects. So these are self-explanatory. We are not going into detail. There are lots of effects included. You can see these effects which happens when you swipe between the home screens. You can also move apps between different home screens. You can just pick here, and then if you just pick here, it will go to the different home screens. So similarly, this is very useful if you want to move multiple apps at the same time to different home screen. So that's the options available. Now let's go to the settings. So in the settings, the first set of options are self-explanatory, so we are not going there. Now let's go to the notification. So the app notification, you can see this will show you which all apps can show the notification and other details. Now next step, it's a toggle position. So as we said before, only 9 of the toggles are visible at the top. So if you just swipe here, you can see only 9 toggles are available. Rest all are visible when you swipe up. So here you can manage which all toggles can be visible. Just press and hold, and you can just drag them and rearrange them. So you can just see, you can just rearrange all these toggles, and which all are currently used by you most frequently, that can be enabled in the list of 9 toggles. Then you can see notification. You can, in the status bar, you can show notification icons. You can see the connection speed. You can enable the connection speed of your internet. Then carrier name, edit. You can edit the carrier name. Then show screenshot notification, collapse after touch, show on lock screen. So these are some default options. We are not going into detail of that. Then next step, we have this wallpaper. So if you just go here and choose wallpaper, we have this daily lock screens. So that's one feature which is available in the Indian ROM. And if you select here, you can see there are default set of wallpapers available. So default category is there. There is general category, then India, lifestyle, scenery. So a lot of wallpaper sets are there. So just select which all category you want, and once you enable this, we'll just show you. We'll go to the lock screen, and here you can see this is the wallpaper. If you can see there's a refresh icon coming at the top. If you hit this refresh icon, the wallpaper changes, and this will bring you a new wallpaper wallpaper. So you can see every time you press that, it will bring a new wallpaper. So that's something really useful. If you want to have some really good wallpapers in the lock screen, you can enable that option. So that comes in the wallpaper. So in the themes, it's again self-explanatory. We'll come back to the themes later. Then in the display, if you go here, you can see, as I said before, the reading mode. It reduces the display's background glare and makes it easy to read. Now there is color and contrast. You can go for warmer display or a cooler display, and you can also increase the contrast here, and you can make this as automatic contrast or standard contrast. So these are options available if you want to change the colors and contrast in the display. Now apart from that, let's go to the lock screen and password. So here we have this honor information which will be shown in the lock screen. Then you can even prevent pocket dial. So if you have enabled this, what happens is it will lock automatically when the phone is placed in the pocket. So the sensors will detect whether the phone is inside the pocket, and it will automatically lock the phone to prevent any accidental dials or application launches. So that will be prevented. Then you can see the password and fingerprint scanner. So this we already confirmed. We have done a video on this, how to set up fingerprint and unlock the device. Now next up, let's see the do not disturb mode. So this is again self-explanatory. You can set up exceptions for do not disturb, what all calls or contacts can call you during the do not disturb mode. Now there is a light mode. So light mode helps us elderly people to use the device, because Xiaomi's MIUI isn't a really simple UI. It's a heavily skinned UI, customized UI. So not all users might find it very useful. So in such cases, we have this light mode, that is use simplified home screen and menus. So once you enable this, phone will reboot and it will enter into the light mode. So we are not going into details. You can just enable the light mode and use it for elderly people. Next up, we have this child mode. So child mode, as the name indicates, when you is giving the phone to your child for playing games, he or she should not be able to access other options like calls, SMS or your personal apps, because that might create some issues. So when you enable child mode, you can see which all apps have the permission to access. Say for example, some games are there. We are giving access to games. Then if you come back to the home screen, you can see only 3, or rather which all apps are selected. Those will be available in the home screen, and rest all will be disabled. So if your child clicks the exit mode, they will be asked for the password or fingerprint to exit this mode. So when you enter the fingerprint, this will be disabled. So the child cannot disable this mode once it is enabled, unless he or she enters the password or the fingerprint. Next up, if you go to the additional settings, we have this privacy, and in the privacy we have this privacy protection. So here we have already talked about the lock individual apps mode. So we already done a video on that. We are not going to explain in depth here. So what it does is you can lock apps using a pattern. So once you enter the pin, you can select the list of apps which you want to lock, and then those apps will be locked. And when you open that particular app, you will be prompted to enter the password or the pattern, and only once you enter that will be available. So that's the option. Now let's go back, and here we have this one-handed mode. So since this is a 5.5-inch display, we have this one-handed mode. So that will help users to make the screen smaller in size and use it with one hand. So you can enable a one-handed mode in 2 manners. We'll just go back to the home screen. So to enable one-handed mode, you can just swipe from either left or right from the home screen. You can just see here. We'll just once again. So you can see here, enter one-handed mode. So click OK, and this will be enabled on the left side, one-handed mode. And you can also increase the size. So right now it's 4 inches. You can have 4.5 inches and 3.5 inches screen. So based on how you want, you can just enable it. So just here, you can just enable it this manner. So it will be available on the right side. So if you just tap on anywhere, this will come back to the normal mode. So that's the one-handed UI, pretty useful if you want to use the device with one hand. Now next up, in the battery, you can see the battery indicator and manage apps using the battery. So here we can see which all apps are using the battery, and power saving modes are there. That is off. MIUI won't restrict background data. So if you click off MIUI won't be restricting any background activities, and this might result in higher battery usage. And standard is background access to location services and network will be restricted. And then there is advanced. MIUI will restrict all background activity when possible. So these are the three options available in the battery settings. And here we have the battery use, and you can see which all apps are taking up the battery. And in the power, we'll come back to that later. And then there is also performance increase with system animation. So if you disable system animations, you can see hide system animation. This speeds up the device performance. So there is some slight increase in performance if you disable this option, as you can do from here. So these are the options on the battery. And in the storage, you can see the list of apps taking up your storage, pictures, audio, all these things are available. And next up, we have this notification light. So notification light, you can see the pulse notification light, that is you can enable it, and you can select the color for the notification light, calls light color and message light color. So you select here, you can see there are different colors available. So you can customize based on what notifications are arriving, and if it is call, you can select a particular color. If it is messages, you can select another color. So in this manner, we can identify what is the notification coming out of. So that's another useful option. Then we have these buttons. These are the three navigational buttons. So you can customize this. Recents, if you just press this, it will show the recents app tray. You can also configure to show the menu. So next up, in the long press, what all actions can be done. So recent menu, if you long press the recent menu, it will show the menu. Then next up, the home button, if you long press the home button, what do you want the app to do. So right now it's Google launch. You can also show recent apps or close the current app. So these are the options. Similarly, the back button also you can configure. Then wake up with volume buttons. Pressing the volume buttons will wake the device. So these are some of the useful options. So then there is also Mi Mover app. So that's one useful feature. What this does is, if you are moving from another smartphone to Xiaomi's phone, you can use this app to receive contacts and other details from other phone to this phone. So what it does is, here you can see you are a recipient. So what it just is, just click here and it will create a QR code. So right now you can see it has created a QR code. Now you need to install the Mi Mover app from the Play Store. It's available in the Play Store for all Android phones, and you can install the Mi Mover app on your other phone, and you can see click the I am a sender. You can see I am a sender option, and then scan this QR code from this device, and this will connect and then it will transfer all the details from the older phone to this phone. So that's very useful option. Instead of sending everything via Bluetooth or using the cable, USB cable, you can use the Mi Mover app. So that's a pretty useful option. Now if you go here, we have this theme store. We have already known about this theme store. You can download themes. Here we can, if you go to categories, you can see different options available. If you need an internet to connect, then you can see, you can customize a lot of options in this theme store. Icons, all those things can be customized, and you can choose different themes, icons, wallpaper, animations, boot screen, all those things can be customized here. And you can see the category, different categories of themes are available. So that's one useful option here, and this can customize your phone with a number of themes available for download. Then there is another few apps. We have this scanner, compass, then a calculator, FM radio, all these apps are included. There is another app called Mi Remote. So this can be used to add your use the phone as a remote, since it has an IR blaster on the top. You can use this as a remote, so you can connect to TV, and you can select the brand of the TV and then connect using this new remote. So if your TV remote is not working, you can use this app on the Redmi Note 3 to connect to the TV, AC, or other options which has this remote. So that's another option. Then there is also security app. So this is a well-known app on Xiaomi's Xiaomi's phones. Here we have cleaner, data usage, block list, battery, virus scan, and permissions. So cleaner is self-explanatory. You can clean the junk files from your phone and reclaim this storage space. You can set a data limit for restricted data usage on a monthly basis. Then block list can be used to block calls and SMS. In the battery, we have different battery profiles, default profile, marathon profile, and sleep. So based on how you want the battery to last, we can create a profile. You can also create a profile, that means what all can be done in this profile that can be set here, and when you select that profile, those features and options are turned off or on based on your profile. Then we have this profile switch. You can schedule changing of profiles at a particular time, so that's another useful option. Then we have the virus scanner and the permissions. So these are some of the options in the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 with MIUI 7. So hope you like this video. If you have this device, don't forget to try out these features. They are really useful, and some of them are really hidden under the settings, so you may not know them. So these are the options which we found useful for most of the users. So that's all, guys. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.